Hi there, it's Dawn, and I host a podcast called Dawnversations. And I decided to do a little side where I talk about me a little bit more. Not that you should care, but just if you are wanting a little bit of a background, and also to talk about books because I am a huge book reader and I kind of want to start talking about books more. I love interviewing guests and finding knowledge that way, but to be honest, organizing interviews and getting people together and then doing all the editing and everything sometimes can be a lot of work. And so I was thinking, well, maybe I can get my information through books and give you guys like the Cliff Notes version. And then if you decided you wanted to read the book, then maybe we could talk about it later. I don't know. I don't have a direction. I'm sure that's probably clear by now. Why black and white? Why am I doing black and white? Well, to be different. And I heard that it's better as far as what your skin looks like, which I don't know if you can tell. My skin looks pretty amazing, kind of shiny, but it's not in real life. But yeah, I was reading about it. And no, really, the main reason is just to stand out. Everybody on YouTube has these thumbnails where they're like, ah, and they're great. And everyone's got the shock or just something to stand out. And I thought, I am not super tech savvy. I don't particularly love working with the editing software and making thumbnails. How can I be different? Well, I'll just be black and white. So here I am in black and white. What do you think? Comment below. Okay, let's just be real here. So when I am watching other YouTube videos, I personally get annoyed as a consumer of them when they are talking about all the products and everything. And if you buy this and if you try this, and I know that's how they get paid. And I know that that's why they are making it big on YouTube, and I am not. But I don't like that. I don't like having things cut off in the middle when I'm watching a video. I'm like totally invested in it. And then, oh, after a little bit from this commercial. Don't like that. So that's a pet peeve of mine, and I don't want to do that. So I guess I'll just be poor and not have sponsors, and that's okay. Okay, so um, a little bit about me. I started my podcast back 2 years ago as Salonversations, and that was when I was still doing hair. I've done hair off and on for 30 years and basically retired from it. I do have a job, which I care for the elderly, and I love it. It's very rewarding. And so it switched from Salonversations after about 10 episodes. I don't know if you've gone back and looked at any of the episodes from way far ago. But that's why I'm talking about hair and being behind the chair, and they're great. So they're some of my really good friends that are on those episodes. So go back and listen to them if you want. They're really funny. But after I stopped doing hair, I just thought I want to talk to whoever. I want to be able to talk to whoever. And so then I just called it Dawnversations. That was not my idea. Thank you, Jake. And so now I talk to whoever about whatever, and it has gone all over the map. It's definitely a variety show, but I really like talking about the mind. I just find the mind so fascinating, and body language and why people do what they do and all of it. I love it. So, yeah, that's where we're at now. I am from the Midwest. I am married. I have three grown children, three grandkids. And thankfully, they all live around me. So I get to see them and be a grandma. And I absolutely love it. I am 53 years old, uh, product of the 80s. I love the 80s. I love the music. I love everything 80s. I'm into that pop culture, but not pop culture in general. I do not watch the news. I don't know who most famous people are. I'm pretty oblivious to all of that. I was on the Wheel of Fortune. I love telling people that. So that was awesome getting to meet Pat Sajak and Vanna White. And I'm so glad now that I got to do that before he retired. Good luck to Ryan Seacrest. I'm sure it's a hard act to follow. Um, and let's see what else. So yeah, now I care for the elderly. So being with my favorite little people, my grandkids, and then being with these elderly people has really made me contemplate what I want to talk about for my podcast. And I love the topic of the brain and health and diet. I'm not a health nut. I don't work out. I should. I do not. But I am on a learning journey, we'll say, for wanting to get to know more about the brain and things that I can do to be proactive to stay healthy. So I've got more doctors coming up, more functional medicine coming up, and I love it. So hopefully that is something that interests you too. If not, I will be throwing random things in there, but that's kind of, I went through on my spiritual thing for a while and I was focusing on astrology and tarot and all that stuff. And now I am kind of going from it being variety to now going a little bit more towards health. If you have input, if you're like, come on, Dawn, focus, get a niche, let me know. Otherwise, I just roll with it because I don't really get a lot of feedback as far as what people like or don't like. I figure they listen to the episodes that seem relevant. And if they don't seem relevant, then they won't listen. And that's okay. I'm not here for numbers. They're nice when they go up. I had a video blow up that I did, a short reel or whatever, talking about the most of the people that listen to my podcast or watch my podcast are men. But when I looked at the stats, it said that like 92 or 93% were not subscribed. And so I made a short about it. And my headline was, "Are you a man?" And it got like 1.9 thousand. I was like, whoa, okay. And comments too. And I wasn't trying to get people wound up about it. Some guy said I had creepy eyes, so that was nice. You throw yourself out there, you got to take the good with the bad. But okay, I keep looking down because I just started a book and I want to talk about it. So the book is called, well, it's backwards, Unstoppable Brain. It is by Kyra Bobinet. Kyra, if you are ever watching this, please come on my podcast. It is, well, the most effective, rewarding path to living well in modern times is here. I don't have my readers on. Bear with me. Do you know what you should do to improve your life, but often don't do it? New game changing neuroscience explains why liberating you from being, oh my, I need to have my readers. I am not doing a very good job. Anyway, it's about how we have a part of our brain, and she mentions it in here. And this is terrible. So sorry. I need to know. Okay, just let me read it and then I'll get back to you and we'll talk about it. But it's The Unstoppable Brain. So I'm going to read it and then I'll come back and talk about it. Another thing I wanted to talk about is I will be sober in September for a year. And that's a big deal for me. I don't know why my hair. In September of last year, well, yeah, last year, I just decided to quit, and I was super good at drinking. I love beer and I was getting heavy into the wine. And I just really was a very good alcoholic. And now I am so happy that I quit. I miss it. Not, I won't say I miss the effects of it or anything like that. It's just when I get around family and stuff, sometimes I'm like, yeah, I remember how fun it was to sit and drink with my family, but I still have fun and then I don't have the hangover the next day, and that's great. So I will be making an episode in September to kind of celebrate me and having sobriety. But anyway, I don't mean to go on too long. I just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about me and kind of introduce myself if you have never watched my videos before. And any videos that I make that are just me will be the black and white ones. Okay, I'll just go with that. And we'll differentiate that way. If you see them in color, then they will probably be with a guest. So If you're interested in books and talking about stuff with books or randomness, then look for the black and white videos. And if it's an interview, then the thumbnail and the video will be in color. We'll start there and see where I take it. I could very well scrap this whole idea and delete this video and no one will be the wiser. But thank you if you've made it this far. Thank you for listening. Thank you if you subscribe. Please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And yeah, hopefully I can keep these interesting by talking about random books that I'm reading. And yeah, I'll quit saying and. Thank you so much. Let me find the record button. Have a good day.